morning to everyone. We want to thank you for participating in the 2018 Triangle Smart City Summit. We have a packed agenda today. We have a lot that we want to talk to you about. We have speakers from as far away as Henderson, Nevada, to a lot of startup companies right here in the Triangle area. And really, it's impressive the number of thought leaders and companies that we have in this space that are local, and I think you'll all be impressed with the agenda for today. So, one other thing I wanted to point out, there are a lot of smart cities conferences that are popping up. I've heard numbers from this market is going to be anywhere from 10 billion to 30 billion in the next 10 to 15 years. And with that, those conferences, you actually have to pay to go. So what we've done is we wanted to do it in a thoughtful way where it was free to participants, but with it being free for participants, it's not free for us to do. So one thing I wanted to point out is we have quite a few sponsors that has helped us pull this together. We have platinum sponsors, IBM and Verizon, silver and AT&T, Cisco and Open Datasoft, and bronze, American Tower, Duke Energy, McKim & Creed, Town of Cary, and Wireless Research Center. And with that said, we have a couple of other folks that wanted to do some welcome remarks, but I also wanted to share with you, we are doing one other thing. A lot of these events, they give you paper. There's a company that was 5 steps from my office, Guidebook, and we've worked with them to put everything digital. So they were given instructions outside as you registered how to use the Guidebook app, and you can use that to follow through the agenda. And I think the instructions are up behind you. So with that said, Dennis.
So good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here today. And Darnell, thank you and your team for working with NC State in such a cooperative way. It's really become a real team effort to pull this together. Just real quickly, we started this last year. We had it over at the Hunt Library, and the turnout was pushing the limits, so we were very fortunate to have the city allow us to use this magnificent facility to have this next conference, the one we're doing today. So this is the second Triangle Smart City event, and I'd just like to point out that all of this is about a journey that we're going to be taking. This takes a village to do the things that you're seeing under the banner and the umbrella called Smart Cities. And I would point out that it's not just smart cities as in big cities, but smaller communities and also smart rural areas, farms, and so forth. A lot of the principles, technologies apply to all of those. So even though the banner may say one thing, it's really a broader scope than that. And if you haven't given a lot of thought to it, it really spans a broad spectrum, everything from safety, privacy, security, to insight of deep data and analytics. You'll see out in one of the sponsorship table, City of Raleigh has an open data platform. And when you start thinking of the morass of information people will gather, how do you glean the insights to take actions and so forth? So it's about traffic, it's about last mile. You may have noticed a little vehicle out there later. I'd encourage you to take a look at it. It's a prototype called EcoPRT. You hear more about it later, but it's part of NC State. It's also about serving the citizens, particularly those that are underserved. And so these initiatives are very big. It's all about machine learning. You'll hear all kinds of things about the various technologies, artificial intelligence, even quantum computing, and how these things will relate in the future. So it's a journey that we've embarked on. Our role at the university is, along with the city, is to try to be a catalyst and have this regional focus called the Triangle Smart City Summit. So during the course of the day, I hope you will feel free to call upon us to help you connect with others as you see fit. But let's try to connect and collaborate and work together. And then last but least, I'd just like to re-echo the thoughts of our sponsors. We could not pull this off without their support, and we're very appreciative of that. And then I'd be remiss if we didn't say something about our staffs. Those are the people that do all the work, and Darnell's CIO staff, as well as the partnership staffs and others at the university have really made a major role in making this happen today. So it's my pleasure now to introduce to you, with some welcoming remarks, Mayor Nancy McFarland, Mayor of City of Raleigh. Mayor McFarland has been a resident for nearly 35 years in the city of Raleigh. She's a graduate of the Commonwealth of Virginia School of Pharmacy. She's an entrepreneur. She's started her own business, very successful. She's also, though, a dedicated public servant. She has a history of serving on 2 terms on the Raleigh City Council, and she's now serving her 4th term as mayor of Raleigh. One of her signature projects has been the Dorothea Dix Park. That land was acquired, is in a state of planning and so forth. She also helped expand the transit and also was a key player in the UDO, the Unified Development Ordinance for the city of Raleigh. But probably the best thing is she has maintained and kept the list of best places, best everything, the best of the best list. So we thank Mayor McFarland for all of her leadership, and like you to give us a big hand and welcome her today.
Thank you, Dennis. Well, you know, a key part of being on that best of list is to have the best university in your city. Right, Chancellor? So good morning, and on behalf of the City of Raleigh, we are very honored to co-host this special Triangle-wide Smart City Summit along with NC State University. I firmly believe that smart, connected communities enabled by amazing technological advances will be critical to providing services and support to sustain healthy and happy communities for all citizens. But to make all of this happen, communities like Cary, Durham, Chapel Hill, and Raleigh must find ways to collaborate with each other, as well as leveraging our research universities, industry participants, and federal and state agencies, because the complex tasks ahead are just too daunting for any municipality to do it on their own. And I'm happy to say that that journey is underway. Raleigh has introduced a smart city strategy, Open Raleigh. Open Raleigh seeks to develop opportunities for economic development, commerce, investment, and civic engagement. We will get to all those details this afternoon, but for now, I'd like you to know this. Raleigh is focused on maturing our use and sharing of data. We want to provide data internally and with the public in a way that's sustainable, cost-effective, and reliable, helping trusted city data flow throughout the digital economy. This is important not only today, but obviously for our future. Smart cities is not just about technology, but about improving public experiences through technology. Building more efficient, livable cities is key. A well-connected city that promotes the flow of information and the sharing of ideas is a city that will find success and build strong working relationships with partners that will help secure the future and the health of the community and the public. The future is challenging, but it is also very bright, and the City of Raleigh intends to be a lead player with our partners in blazing this new frontier. At this time, I would like to invite my good friend and partner in many amazing things happening in our area. I almost said partner in crime, but I didn't say it. Chancellor Randy Woodson to the stage. For those of you who were not with us at last year's event, North Carolina State hosted the Smart Cities Summit, as Dennis mentioned. And as good partners, we're continuing to work together on this year's event, and we expect to continue working together in the future on events as well. So, Chancellor Woodson.
Well, good morning, everyone. NC State is thrilled to work with the city in hosting this important summit. And, you know, our university, like so many others that are seeking to grow the economic vitality of their region, our motto at NC State is think and do. And And we actually put a lot of emphasis on the do side, that is turning innovation into economic benefit for the region. And we know that we can't do that alone. And so we're working very hard to make sure we're the university of choice for partnerships. We're proud to be in the City of Raleigh. We're certainly proud to be in the Triangle with our colleagues in higher education and all of the connections that brings across the region. You know, when we look at some of the opportunities for cities to grow in the future, it all begins with technology associated with data sharing, technology associated with sensors, and the movement of information and people. And we have a lot of expertise in this space, but we don't go it alone. We have great partnerships with Duke and Carolina. Yes, it's up for basketball. There's a little issue there. But we have great partnerships with our colleagues across the region, and we're committed to bringing those resources to bear on improving the region. There's a reason, as the mayor said, that we're increasingly on the list across the country, and it's because we've created a vibrant community and a group of communities within this region that benefit and take advantage of the expertise of the universities and bring that to bear on questions like connectivity and smart cities. You know, NC State is proud of a lot of the work that we do. We have a number of National Science Foundation engineering research centers, some of which, at least one of which, is focused on questions of connectivity, particularly with regard to power and the power grid. And when you think about some of the challenges we all face, it increasingly having less vulnerable and more resilient infrastructure is a key thing for the future for all of us. And finally, if you are out in the lobby, you'll see one example of work going on at NC State, which is our Eco-PRT, which is autonomous vehicles that have the potential to move people around, at least at this point, using tracks. The mayor and I have a constant debate about how to get people at NC State across Western Boulevard between the Centennial Campus and Main Campus. My idea is a gondola, but I don't know that she's excited about seeing all these young people floating over the city and what might happen as a result of that. But I think it's a great idea, and I'd love to hear more. So thank you all for being here today, and thank you for your commitment. We're particularly pleased with all the partners that have joined us. This is a dynamic region that has a lot of expertise in the private sector that is interested in being brought to bear on the challenges of smart, connected cities. And we're proud that they've all come together to help us host this important event today. So welcome, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.